What's happening, guys? It's VenomousFatman here again, here on the bit, the boys in the tube, sitting down with Kristen Perez. We've been talking about a whole bunch of stuff. We've been talking about her origins in gaming. We've been talking about, the industry, the game industry, her breakout into it. And now we're going to talk about everybody's favorite subject, the games themselves. So, Kristen, what are you playing right now and why are you playing it?
Batman Arkham Asylum. Mostly because I wanted to play Batman Arkham City and I hadn't played the other one first. Mostly, well, it was nominated for Game of the Year.
Yes.
So I definitely needed to check it out. And so far, I'm almost done with Arkham Asylum. I think I'm on, the last boss. And it's amazing. So I can't wait to pop in Arkham City. So far, I've realized I'm obsessed with her Harley Quinn costume. And I really want to cosplay as that because it looks amazing. And, oh man, I didn't realize how cool this game was, because usually games about, comics and things that are based off movies usually suck. But this one is freaking amazing. The combat is fantastic.
Cool, so probably more than likely, the next event or some type of event that you go to, you'll be cosplaying as Harley Quinn?
Yes, absolutely, because I already found some fabrics and looking at things, so I'm thinking Comic-Con and maybe a photo shoot as Harley Quinn would be amazing.
Now I gotta go to Comic-Con just to see that. But moving on from there, okay, food for thought. Batman Arkham City is my game of the year. I don't care what anybody says, but that's another story. Moving on from there, okay, what are some of the things about gaming that you've been in love with right now, or things in gaming that have been happening with the game industry that you're really happy about, that you're really excited about, and looking forward towards the future with?
Well, I've noticed that they are a lot more compelling story-wise than they used to be, back in the day. And that makes me super happy. I love games where I can just fall in love with the story, and then when I fall asleep, I dream about them, and I dream that I'm in them. That's the kind of games that I love to play. So RPGs or action adventure games like Uncharted. I think Amy Hennig, the girl that writes stuff for Uncharted, she is amazing. She's my idol. I haven't met her. I want to meet her. I think that would be incredible. I like the direction that they're going with gaming a lot. The fact that they're kind of pushing people to be more social again. Because for a long time, I thought LAN parties kind of died. Yeah. And people just didn't get together anymore. But ever since PlayStation Network went down, they started putting LAN modes where you could actually bring your PS3 to someone's house and play LAN modes, which was really cool. And I don't know, I'm glad, because I really want to see more split-screen things popping back in, Mon Nation Racers is one of the newer ones that are coming out with 4-player split-screen. And I don't know, it's almost rare to see that a game's split-screen anymore, which makes me sad. So I'm glad they're starting to bring it back.
So at the current moment, what's your preferred console of choice at the moment, the one that you've played with the most so far?
Recently, my PlayStation, just because Uncharted came out. So I've been really into it and been playing that a lot too.
But you do have all the consoles, or do you have multiple consoles? At some point.
I have a PS3, an Xbox 360, old school Nintendo stuff, but I don't have a Wii. I'm not really into the Wii games, to be honest.
So, moving away from the consoles, let's talk about the portables a little bit. Are you well versed within the Nintendo DS and the PSP?
I have a DS. I borrowed my friend's PSP because I really wanted to play Third Birthday, and then I hate holding it for a really long time because it hurts my hands. Either I have really tiny hands or I'm just not used to it. But I was like, dang, this doesn't feel as comfortable as I thought it would be. And it's just my neck felt crooked and stuff like that. So I just prefer consoles a lot more. But I don't know, for a console, it's beautiful. For a handheld, it's beautiful. And PSP. The DS, my favorite series is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, by far. I think it's the most witty thing I've ever played in my life, so I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I enjoyed the fact that he was in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
I was super stoked on that. I was like, yes, Phoenix Wright! People are like, who the hell is that? It's my favorite character! You guys gotta play the games, they're fantastic.
Let me ask you this now. Now, with the 3DS out and with the Vita not too far around the corner, which one, if you are, which one would you more than likely be getting out of those two platforms?
The Vita. Just because I think it has a lot more versatility than the 3DS. Because me personally, I don't like 3D gaming. I think it's bad for your eyes, and it's just it's not, I don't know, I think it's gimmicky. I don't think people really want to play games in 3D. I think they want a new gimmick to fall for, and that's pretty much what 3D is. I think the versatility of the Vita is amazing. The fact that they're using, they're planning on using remote play, they're planning on having the super beautiful graphics, things that are going to be memory cards. I think it'll be a better all-around system to have with you in your pocket. because I think you could get a lot more enjoyment out of it than just having, a very specific system for very specific games.
Alright, so moving on to different parts of gaming, is there anything specifically right now that you've been seeing in the game industry, or you've been seeing that's been going on with video games, within the past, let's say like, past couple of years or whatnot, that you're seeing too much of, or something that's really kind of got you irked or really annoyed about that you don't necessarily needs to be remedied?
I think there's too many first-person shooters out, just because they're all becoming Call of Duty. Like Battlefield's trying to be like the anti-Call of Duty, but everything's becoming Call of Duty, and it's kind of annoying me. Like, I love Killzone because the fact that it's a little bit different, but like all the other games that come out, they're like, we're like Call of Duty, but not, kinda. They even have like game controls that are just like Call of Duty, and I don't know. I think that game's just kind of overplayed right now. I think if they really stopped doing it every year and just had, Infinity Ward or Treyarch just focus on it, I think it could be a lot stronger gameplay than what it actually is.
Alright, so is there anything like moving towards the future with the game industry that you actually want to see more of, or that you think like needs to be kind of like focused on a little bit more?
I think
it's a tough one.
I know, because like it's going in a great direction so far. I think if they cut out the 3D stuff and focus more on graphics and gameplay and stories, like what gaming's really about, I think it would take off the industry a lot more. Because I noticed it seems like games are getting shorter and easier these days, at least to me. Either that or I'm getting really good at games. I don't know which one's really true, but it seems like games are getting shorter, their difficulties being easier, and I don't know, like, because I always fell in love with stories and campaign mode, and now they're kind of focusing more on multiplayer. But I wanted it to be more like social multiplayer, so you'd bring your console over to your friend's house and play together, versus, hey, we're online together, sitting at our own houses far, far away. I love the social aspect of games, and I kind of miss like the old school arcades where you would just go meet your friends there, just play games for hours. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I was really into. So I kind of wanted to bring that social aspect back and have more like tournaments and stuff, or places for people to meet. I think would be a good way for it.
Alright, that's cool. So let's move on to something a little bit different. Let's talk about next gen. Let's talk about, because people have been talking already for the past, I want to say almost 6 months to a year, if not longer, about the next gen consoles. People are already saying that the new Xbox, more than likely 2013, 2014, maybe possibly with the PlayStation 4, and then we got the Wii U right around the corner apparently. So next gen, do you necessarily want the next gen right now, or do you need the next gen, or could the next gen be put on hold? What's the deal with some of the new hardware possibly that we're going to see in the future?
I think they need more time to make the next gen, because right now all the graphics are still gorgeous. Everything is still very up to date, and people are still using the services like crazy. Nothing's dying. I think they should focus more on software right now, and then maxing out the capabilities of each system. Like the Xbox and PS3, their graphics are so similar, and they're so close in like awesomeness that it's photorealistic at times. And the Wii U is supposed to be like a better, more HD looking Wii, but on a little tablet, which I don't understand that at all. I'm not a big fan of that. But I don't know. I think right now, until they have like the technology to make something completely mind-blowing, that you look at something and you think it's a movie, but it's gameplay graphics, I don't think they need to take that next step. Because if they're focusing on like 3D and gimmicky things like that, I don't think it's worth it. And I think it would just be too much. Because right now, even our TVs, they can't output more than 1080. So what's the point of making a console that TVs can't even support? Until technology, grows, I don't think it should come out.
So here's another quick question. Kind of, branching off of that. Next year's E3. Do you think that more than likely maybe we might get a bigger reveal, like with any of the new hardware, or we might just get some sort of taste of what's going to be coming from next gen?
I think if they're going to be focusing on anything, they're going to be probably focusing on the cloud and using that technology, because that one is applicable, especially with the Vita coming. They're going to be using that cloud more, so people won't have to save so much information on their hard drive space. They can actually start using the cloud, which I think is genius. And I hope they kind of push that, because I think it'll do really well.
So that's pretty cool. So, any other like specific stuff in the industry that's either kind of tickled your fancy?
Not too much. I there's too many games for me to play right now. They all came out at once, so I need more time. I feel like they're just pushing out stuff so fast that consumers are getting overwhelmed, I guess you could say.
All right, that's cool. So, getting more to that, let me ask you about, a couple things going on with you. Any specific, areas or places that you're going to be hitting up, or any other specific events, in the nearby future you're going to be going to?
E3 coming up, of course. I'm going to get there. I was thinking about going to CES, but I'm not sure, because last time was kind of like a letdown. There wasn't too many gaming things. They usually save it for the bigger conventions. But E3, Comic-Con San Diego,
yes.
I'm going to be at both of those.
Nice.
It'll be amazing.
So, any other, nearby future plans with the website, your YouTube channel, or anything specifically nearby that's, coming up for you?
I have, I'm going to be on a radio show in New York December 11th, and it's going to be recorded live if you guys are on the East Coast.
Nice.
You might be able to tune into that. It's going to be on Blog Radio. I can put up a link later on my website if you guys go check it out. But it's going to be pretty cool. I'm having ideas and photo shoots ideas because I want to make a calendar for 2012, or 2013 now. But I think it would be fantastic if you guys could have a calendar of me doing cosplays and gamer-related things. I think it would be a lot of fun. And that way, when I get older, I can be like, look at me, I did a calendar. Who else did a calendar? Nobody. So I think it would be a lot of fun, and I would get some pretty cool pictures out of it. And it probably would sell pretty well, considering that, 95% of my audience is male.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
There you go, that works. No complaints over here. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. So, anything else specifically going on with the website, or your Facebook page? Because you're also on Twitter. By the way, you guys are looking at her Twitter page. Game Meets Girl. You'll see the picture on there. She's also on Facebook. Game Meets Girl, the actual Facebook fan page.
Well, I have been adding some staff. I've been finding female gamers on YouTube and doing guest reviews on my channel, trying to pump up the industry. So if you guys keep following it, you might see more people working for me and more awesome people you can connect and relate to.
So, any last-minute shout-outs that you actually want to, tell anybody, anything special or anything you want to say to the industry fans in general?
I want to thank you guys for following me and supporting me for so long. I want to thank Hip Hop Gamer for being awesome and doing the hottest girl in gaming thing for me. That was amazing. Shout out to Gamers 411 podcast. Hear me more on that. Go check that out because I always have a blast recording those with you guys. And thanks for listening, guys. And I really enjoy you guys following and enjoying everything that I do.
Alright, cool. So again, guys, if you want to check out more of what Kristen has to offer, pretty much she's on YouTube. It's Game Meets Girl. Okay, all one word. Okay, you can check that out on YouTube. You can also check out our website, GameMeetsGirl.com. You guys are looking at it right now. Again, also Twitter @GameMeetsGirl, and on Facebook, Game Meets Girl. Right there, the Facebook fan page. You guys could like it on our Facebook. So, anyway, thanks again for coming out. Cool. That being said, guys, this has been The Bit, the boys in the tube. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thanks a lot, Kristen. And from me, Kristen, stay epic, everybody. We'll talk to you all again soon. Peace out.